what's up? This is GundamLegacyExtreme, and I'm here today to do a review on 1 to 100 Master Grade AGE-1 Sparrow, or Spallow, if you want to be more accurate. What the fuck's a Spallow? I know what a swallow is, but not a Spallow. Anyway, this kit came out in April of 2012 and retails for 3,500 yen. Bringing in the kit itself and almost dropping it, and focus, there we go. This kit looks, I know I said this a lot, but this one really does look amazing. Bring him in a little closer for some of the details. He's got this ninja-like design. We're putting into a better, way of saying it, and don't mind that. I will get into that later. But putting into a way that sounds a little better. Yeah, that black doesn't actually match that as well as I thought it would. I keep going off track. Putting into a better terminology, saying it like my dad did. It looks like a man wearing a Gundam suit. He looks very realistic and very humanoid in a strange way that I haven't seen before in a Gundam. Overall, he's basically this. From just the torso only, he looks like the AGE-1, but everything else is completely different, and I really, really like that. Come on, I'll fix that later. Going over just some of the things I did, I didn't really do much. I did the usual, I did the same thing I did, repair job wise on my AGE-1 Titus. I glued the V-fin on so that ain't falling off ever again, unlike my AGE-1 normal. And I glued the spoiler on so that ain't falling off, unlike my AGE-1 normal. A thing I added, I actually colored the, area around where this A is in black to make it pop a lot more. As you can tell, it's really, you can really see that A, unlike you'll see later when I do my comparisons. And yeah, poseability wise, what more can I say? The AGE-1 Sparrow can do a lot being a master grade. Knees bend really well, as you can see with the angle right here. Ignore my hand. His knees can bend really well. There's not much of a gap issue on either the top or the bottom. Elbows bend really well, and as you can see, he can strike some really wide-legged poses and stay balanced really well. Elbows bend fully. Wrist can rotate. Wrist rotates. He's got the same wrist rotation as I will note later on. Biceps swivel. Arms can go out far. Legs can split. He can do a lot of poses for what he is. And that's because he's a master grade. Even the, I'm sure the high grade can do the same, and it does it really well. But sometimes there are certain things a master grade's needed for. Now, anyway, just starting off right here, just like the other, come on, focus. Just like with the Titus and the normal, his cockpit opens up, revealing the pilot. Flit Osno, and yes, I went with the civvy outfit again, even though it's not going to be show accurate. I don't care. You're not going to see in the cockpit anyway after this video. No one will see in the cockpit after this video. But you don't even know a more natural stance. You also get the norm-suited pilot, the norm-suited Flit. If it would just focus, you get a Yudin figure with her hair down, and you get a Flit figure of Flit tying her hair. And actually, it's not her hair down; her hair is tied in the back. But it's supposed to be. This is basically supposed to replicate with these two figures. Once you paint them, you can basically replicate the one scene just before the final battle, where Flit and Yudin had their final moments together, and Flit tied her hair. Anyway, other accessories you get. As you know, with the AGE kits, their hands are the interchangeable finger type. You get, and his is actually very unique. Each knuckle is actually its own individual piece. I mean, the first two knuckles and the last two knuckles are actually separated. You'll see this in a moment. But he also gets, two sets of splayed open fingers for the left and the right, a holding things hand, and 4 sets of pointing fingers. I haven't used the other two, but bringing this in so I can show you the hand. Focus. What you do is basically, that actually makes things a lot easier. Like with the previous one, thumb is on the previous ones. Thumb is on a ball joint with a knuckle. You can pry the finger off, put that to the side to get lost, and then bring in one of the pointing fingers, and now he's pointing fingered ninja style. Hua. Putting his arm back on. And if you use the wrist joint, you can get him actually doing that typical ninja thing, all Ryu Hayabusa style, or, I'm sorry, Naruto. God. You can flip these open for that whole cool vent thing for his finisher attack, but to do that, we need to interchange these two fingers with a holding things hand for his last accessory. Oh wait, I forgot, there is one more thing. By lowering down the leg and doing that, you reveal that little spike shooter or beam shooter. I don't remember what it was. But yeah, now that I've gotten that out of the way, we can bring in his knife, which name is slipping my mind. The name will be written down below. Yeah, it looks really, really good. Unfortunately, I forgot to bring the high grade with me. I always forget something when I do these reviews. So I can't compare it with the high grades, though I will possibly have a picture popping up somewhere, if I remember, during the editing process. And again, like with my high grade, I know he's right-handed, but I prefer to have it in the left hand. It's just my thing. But when you don't have this in use, you can bring this down and clip it in like so. But why wouldn't you have it in use? Unless you're weird like that. And there you have it. And of course, by law of the reviewer's code, I have to do comparisons. So, first off, here he is next to the first in line of these master grades. Once I get his feet settled. The AGE-1 normal. And they look really, really nice together. Pushing them back a bit. Come on, stay, good boy. Because we have to bring in the big boy. Here he is next to the AGE-1 Titus. And this is a really, really nice shot. And of course a helicopter has to be going by in the middle of my review. But this got me excited once I was finally able to have this little display like this. Having all three forms side by side. It just looks really, really, really nice. Oh, son of a bitch. Sorry about that. No. Squeaky tripod. Pulling them out. Of course, one of the Titus's spikes has to go falling. course, I have to do by Gundam Model Reviewers Code, compare it with the Granddaddy RX-78-2. And it's amazing where we've gone with Gundams, starting with him, though not this version, since this is a more modern version 2.0, and ending with him so far. It's just such a stark change, and it's unfortunate you can't really see the major difference since it's the clear version. I should have brought the titanium finish in, but it's just a really, really, really amazing. It's just really amazing where Gundam has gone. And as we sit here watching him spin around on the turntable, it's time to finally get around to my final thoughts, and hope he doesn't fall, since every single time I start this, he decides he wants to fall off the turntable. Starting with the negatives, it's the age mold again. It's the same mold we've gotten. It's something that we have to deal with, since age is all about the main body. And unlike with the H2, with the double bullet, as I went on and ranted in the high grade review, it at least does the justice of changing almost everything but the torso and the crotch area. And even with the crotch area, it gets slightly changed. He has a little bit of weakness in the ankles, but it's very easily remedied by just futzing with it a bit. And he's very limited on accessories. His only weapon is the knife, which again, the name slips my mind. Unless I can find it on the box right here. Nope. Again, the name will be in the area. But other than that, that's pretty much all the negatives I have to say. On to the positives. It's a very, very beautiful design. As I said earlier, he looks very human-like. It's almost as if it's not a Gundam, but a human in a ninja-like armor. His accessory, while very singular, looks really cool. The clear greenish blue looks really, really nice. He can make really awesome poses like this one. And overall, he just looks good. If you have the AGE-1 Master Grade and AGE-2 Master Grade, you might as well already get this one. Even though you may think it's the same thing, unlike, say, getting the Force Impulse, the Sword Impulse, or the Sword Launcher Pack Strike and the Sword Strike, it's not like you're building the same kit. You're only building the same kit for the torso and the crotch area. The arms and the legs are completely different. It's building a new kit pretty much, except for one part. Overall, I can't say any more about this. Just go get this kit. It is awesome. It's worth having in your collection. So, this is GundamLegacyExtreme signing off. Stay tuned for more, and I will see you all soon. Peace.